The text came through at 2:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. Unknown number, no context, just 8 words that stopped my heart. Your wife is at the Hilton, room 1847. I stared at my phone in the middle of a client meeting, my blood going cold. The Hilton downtown, 20 minutes from my office, 30 minutes from our house where my wife said she'd be working from home today. My hands were shaking as I typed back, "Who is this?" 3 dots, then, "Someone who thought you should know." I could have driven there, could have stormed up to room 1847 and kicked the door down like they do in movies. Instead, I did something different. I called the best florist in Columbus and ordered a dozen red roses. "What would you like the card to say?" the woman asked. I smiled, but there was no warmth in it. "To my darling wife," I dictated slowly. "Congratulations on your promotion. I'm so proud of you. Love, Marcus." There was a pause on the line. "Sir, you said this is for your wife?" "That's right. Room 1847 at the downtown Hilton. Deliver it in exactly 1 hour." "And the name is Marcus?" "Yes, Marcus Chen, her boss." Another pause. "Okay, sir, we'll have it delivered." I hung up and checked my watch. 1 hour until those flowers arrived. 1 hour until my wife opened a card with her lover's name on it. 1 hour until Marcus Chen, her married boss who had no idea I knew, got a phone call that would destroy his career. If you want to know what happened when those flowers showed up, hit subscribe, because what came next made her affair the least of her problems. My name is Derek Matthews. I'm 39 years old, and I'm a data analyst for a healthcare company in Columbus, Ohio. I know, not the most exciting job title. I spend my days building spreadsheets, running queries, finding patterns in numbers that most people would find mind-numbingly boring. But here's the thing about being a data analyst. You learn to see patterns everywhere, in numbers, in behavior, in lies. And for the past 3 months, I'd been seeing patterns in my wife's behavior that didn't add up. Her name is Vanessa. We've been married for 8 years. She's a marketing director at a mid-sized pharmaceutical company. Smart, ambitious, beautiful. When we met, I was a junior analyst making $45,000 a year. She was a marketing coordinator making about the same. We built our life together, slowly, carefully, paid off student loans, saved for a down payment, bought a modest house in Clintonville. We weren't rich, but we were solid. Then 2 years ago, she got promoted, marketing director, $120,000 salary, company car, expense account. Suddenly, she was traveling more, working late, attending conferences and client dinners. I was proud of her. I really was. I picked up more of the housework. I didn't complain when she missed dinners or came home at midnight. I supported her career because that's what you do when you love someone. But 3 months ago, the pattern started changing. It began with small things. New perfume, expensive stuff I'd never seen before. She started going to the gym at odd hours, 6 a.m. before work, 9 p.m. after dinner. Her phone, which used to sit on the kitchen counter while she cooked, was now always in her pocket, always face down. She bought new lingerie. I found the receipt in her purse when I was looking for her insurance card. Victoria's Secret, $340. I'd never seen her wear any of it. Then there were the work trips. Chicago for a conference, 2 nights. Atlanta for a client meeting, 3 nights. Indianapolis for a strategy session, 1 night. I'm a data analyst. I analyze data. So I started tracking. I pulled up her credit card statements. We had a joint account for household expenses, but she'd opened a separate card for work stuff. Hotel charges that didn't match her travel calendar, restaurant bills for 2 at places she'd told me she'd eaten alone, Uber rides that dropped her at addresses I didn't recognize. I built a spreadsheet. Dates, locations, expenses, her explanations. The patterns were undeniable.
My wife was having an affair. I didn't confront her, not yet, because here's what I learned in 8 years of marriage. People lie when they're cornered. They'll deny, deflect, gaslight. They'll make you feel crazy for even asking. I needed proof, real, undeniable proof. So I did what any data analyst would do. I gathered more data. I installed a GPS tracker on her car, one of those small magnetic ones you can buy on Amazon for $40. I didn't feel good about it, but I needed to know. The tracker showed me everything. The Hilton downtown, multiple visits, always on weekday afternoons. A condo in the short north, 3 visits in 2 weeks. A restaurant in Grandview, the same one where she'd told me she had a solo working lunch. The GPS put her there for 2 hours, with the car parked in the back lot. I cross-referenced the condo address with public records. It belonged to Marcus Chen, her boss. Marcus Chen was 44, married, 2 kids. He'd been with the company for 15 years. He was the VP of marketing, Vanessa's direct supervisor. He drove a Tesla, lived in a $500,000 condo, posted pictures on LinkedIn of his perfect family. And he was sleeping with my wife. I could have confronted them, could have called his wife, could have gone to HR, but I'm a data analyst. I think in systems. And I realized if I moved too fast, they'd close ranks. They'll deny everything. It would become a he said, she said. I needed leverage. So I waited. I documented. I tracked. I built my case like I was preparing a presentation for the board. And then, that Tuesday afternoon, I got the text. Your wife is at the Hilton, room 1847. I stared at the message, my heart pounding. Someone else knew. I typed back, "Who is this?" The response came quickly. Someone who thought you should know. I tried calling the number. It went straight to voicemail. No greeting. I sat there in my office, my mind racing. Who sent this? Another employee? A friend? Marcus's wife? It didn't matter. What mattered was that I now had real-time intelligence. Room 1847, right now. I could drive there. I could catch them in the act. But that's not what I did. Because I'm not a man who acts on emotion. I'm a man who executes a plan. I opened my laptop and pulled up the Hilton's website. Room 1847 was a junior suite, king bed, city view, $280 a night. I checked Vanessa's credit card statement. Sure enough, there it was. Hilton downtown Columbus, $280. Charged 3 hours ago. She told me she was working from home today. I looked at the clock. 2:52 p.m. Then I picked up my phone and called the best florist in Columbus. Petal and Stem Florist, this is Rachel. How can I help you? Hi, Rachel. I need a dozen red roses delivered today. Absolutely. What's the occasion? It's a surprise for my wife. She just got a promotion. Oh, how wonderful. Where would you like them delivered? The Hilton downtown, room 1847. There was a pause. A hotel room? Yes, she's celebrating there with colleagues. I want to surprise her. That's so sweet. And what would you like the card to say? I took a breath. To my darling wife, congratulations on your promotion. I'm so proud of you. Love, Marcus. Silence on the other end. I'm sorry, did you say Marcus? Yes, Marcus Chen. That's her boss. He's the one who promoted her. I want him to get credit. Another pause. Longer this time. Sir, you said this is for your wife. That's correct. But you want the card to say it's from her boss? Yes. Is that a problem? No, I just want to make sure I have it right. You do. To my darling wife, congratulations on your promotion. I'm so proud of you. Love, Marcus. Can you deliver it in exactly 1 hour? Yes, sir, we can do that. Perfect. Here's my credit card. I gave her the information and hung up. Then I sat back in my chair and smiled, because in exactly 1 hour, my wife was going to open a card with her lover's name on it, and she was going to panic. I didn't leave my office. I didn't drive to the hotel. I just waited. At 3:47 p.m., I got a text from Vanessa. "Hey, babe, how's your day going?" I stared at it, the casual tone, the lie embedded in every letter. I typed back, "Good, busy. How's working from home?" "Productive. Just finished a big presentation. Might take a break and go for a walk." A walk. Right. I didn't respond. At 4:03 p.m., my phone rang. Vanessa. I let it ring 3 times before answering. "Hey," I said, voice calm. "Derek?" Her voice was tight, strained. "Where are you?" "At the office. Why?" Did you send me flowers?" "Flowers? No. Why would I send you flowers at home when you're working? I'm not—" She stopped. "I mean, yes, I'm home, but someone sent flowers." "That's nice. Secret admirer?" I kept my voice light, curious. "They were delivered to—" "It doesn't matter. The card is weird." "Weird how?" She hesitated. "It says they're from Marcus." "Your boss, Marcus?" "Yes." "Huh, that's strange. Maybe it's just a work thing? Didn't you say you've been working on a big project with him?" "Yes, but—" She trailed off. "It's just weird." "Well, maybe he's just being nice. You know how corporate people are, always sending gifts." Silence on the other end. "Derek, I need to ask you something." "Sure." Do you know where I am right now?" I paused, let the silence stretch. "You said you're working from home." "Right. Yes, I am." "Then why are you asking?" "No reason. Never mind. I'll see you tonight." "Okay. Love you." She hesitated. "Love you too." The line went dead. I set my phone down and exhaled slowly. Phase 1 complete. At 4:47 p.m., I got another call. This time, it was a number I didn't recognize. I answered. "Hello? Is this Derek Matthews?" A woman's voice, tight, angry. "Yes, who's this?" "This is Diane Chen, Marcus's wife." My heart rate spiked, but I kept my voice steady. "Oh, hi, Diane. Is everything okay?" "No, everything is not okay." She was breathing hard. "I just got a very interesting phone call from my husband." "Oh?" "He's at the Hilton downtown. Apparently someone sent flowers to his room, flowers addressed to my darling wife and signed with his name." "That's strange." "Strange? It's a message. Someone knows he's there. Someone knows he's with your wife." I said nothing. "Did you send those flowers?" she demanded. "Did you send those flowers?" "Why would I do that?" "Because your wife is screwing my husband." The words hung in the air. I let the silence stretch. Then, quietly, "I know." She exhaled. "How long have you known?" 3 months, maybe longer. "And you didn't tell me?" "I didn't know how. I didn't have proof. Just patterns." "Patterns?" "I'm a data analyst. I see patterns. Her behavior changed. I started tracking." "Tracking?" "Credit cards, GPS, hotel records. I've been building a case." Another pause. "You sent the flowers." "I sent the flowers." "Why?" "Because I wanted them to panic. I wanted them to know that someone knows. I wanted to see what they'd do." Diane laughed. It was a bitter, broken sound. "You're smarter than you look." "Thanks, I think." "What's your plan?" "I don't know yet. What's yours?" "I'm going to destroy him," she said flatly. "I'm going to take everything, the house, the kids, his reputation. I'm going to make sure everyone at that company knows what he did." "That's fair. What about you?" "I thought about it. I'm still deciding.
Well, decide fast, because I'm filing for divorce tomorrow, and when I do, this whole thing is going to blow up. Good, I said. Let it. That night, Vanessa came home at 6:30 p.m. She looked shaken, pale. Her hands were trembling as she set down her purse. "Hey," I said from the couch, "how was your day?" "Fine." She didn't meet my eyes. "Yours?" "Productive. Got a lot done." She nodded, went to the kitchen, poured a glass of wine. I watched her from the couch, my laptop open, a spreadsheet on the screen. She came back to the living room, glass in hand. "What are you working on?" "Just some data analysis, nothing exciting." She sat down on the opposite end of the couch. The distance between us felt like miles. "Derek, I need to tell you something." My heart rate spiked, but I kept my face neutral. "Okay." She took a breath. "I've been unhappy." "Unhappy?" "In our marriage, for a while now." I closed my laptop, turned to face her. "Why didn't you say something?" "I don't know. I thought it would pass, but it hasn't." "What are you saying?" She looked at me, eyes wet. "I think we need to separate." There it was. Not an apology, not a confession, just a clean exit. I nodded slowly. "Okay." She blinked. "Okay? If that's what you want. You're not going to fight me? Would it change anything?" She looked away. "No, probably not." "Then why fight?" She wiped her eyes. "I'm sorry, Derek. You're a good man. You deserve better." "Yeah," I said quietly. "I do."
She moved out 3 days later, packed her clothes, her laptop, her toiletries, left the furniture, the dishes, the life we'd built. She didn't tell me where she was going. I didn't ask. But I knew. The GPS tracker on her car told me everything. She went straight to Marcus's condo in the short north. 1 week later, Diane Chen filed for divorce. It was brutal, public, messy. She didn't just file papers. She sent an email to the entire executive team at Marcus's company. Subject line, regarding Marcus Chen's conduct. In it, she detailed the affair, named Vanessa, included dates, hotel records, everything. She CC'd HR, legal, the CEO. By noon, Marcus was suspended pending investigation. By 5 p.m., he'd been terminated for violating the company's ethics policy. Vanessa was called into HR the next day. She wasn't fired, but she was encouraged to resign. She did. 2 weeks after that, Vanessa called me. "Derek, we need to talk." "About what?" "About everything. The separation, the house. I want to make this as easy as possible." "Okay. I'm not asking for much, just half of the house equity, half of the savings. I think that's fair." "Fair?" I repeated. "Yes, we built this life together. We should split it equally." I was quiet for a moment, then, "Vanessa, do you know why I sent those flowers?" Silence. "What?" "The flowers at the Hilton. Do you know why I sent them?" Her voice went cold. "Was that you?" "Yes." "Why?" "Because I wanted you to know that I knew. I wanted you to panic. I wanted to see if you'd come clean." "Derek, you didn't," I continued. "You lied. You came home and lied to my face. You asked for a separation without ever admitting what you'd done. I was going to tell you. When? After you'd moved in with Marcus? After you'd secured your exit?" She said nothing. "I have everything, Vanessa. GPS logs, credit card statements, hotel records, text messages. I've been documenting for 3 months. You've been spying on me? I've been protecting myself. From what? From this. From you trying to take half of everything when you're the one who blew up our marriage." Her voice shook. "Ohio is a no-fault state. It doesn't matter who. It matters for alimony, and it matters for public opinion. Do you really want me to file a fault-based divorce citing adultery? Do you want all of this to become public record?" Silence. "Here's what's going to happen," I said calmly. "You're going to take your car, your clothes, and your personal items. I keep the house. We split the savings 50-50.
No alimony, no support, clean break. That's not fair. Fair? I laughed. You want to talk about fair? You had an affair with your married boss. You used our joint credit card to pay for hotel rooms. You lied to me for months, and now you want fair? Derek, please, sign the papers, Vanessa, or I'll make sure everyone knows exactly what you did. Your family, your friends, your next employer. You wouldn't. Try me.
She signed. The divorce was finalized 60 days later. I kept the house, we split the savings, no alimony. She moved in with Marcus, who was now unemployed, going through his own brutal divorce and facing a lawsuit from his ex-wife for dissipation of marital assets. Turns out he'd been using joint funds to pay for those hotel rooms, too. Diane took him for everything. 6 months later, I was sitting in my home office, the one that used to be our office, when I got an email from the unknown number that had texted me that day. I hope the flowers worked out. A friend. I stared at it for a long moment. Then I typed back, "They did. Thank you. Who are you?" The response came an hour later. "Someone who's been where you are. Someone who believes good people deserve to know the truth. Stay strong. D." I never found out who sent that first text, but whoever they were, they gave me the push I needed. They gave me the proof I could act on, and they gave me the chance to take control of my own story. A year later, I'm still in the house in Clintonville. I got a promotion at work, senior data analyst, $95,000 salary. I started dating again, slowly, carefully. Her name is Rachel. She's a teacher. She's kind, honest, and she thinks my spreadsheets are adorably nerdy. We met at a coffee shop. She had no idea who I was or what I'd been through. She just liked me, and that was enough. I still think about that text sometimes. Your wife is at the Hilton, room 1847. 8 words that changed everything. I could have ignored it, could have convinced myself it was a mistake, but I didn't. I acted. Not with rage, not with violence, with strategy. I sent flowers with a card that said everything I needed to say without saying a word, and I watched the whole thing unravel. People ask me if I regret it, if I wish I'd handled it differently. The answer is no, because here's what I learned. When someone betrays you, you have 2 choices. You can let them control the narrative, let them lie, gaslight, and walk away with half of everything you built, or you can take control. You can gather evidence, build a case, execute a plan. You can send flowers with a card that says, "I know," and you can watch them panic. Vanessa and Marcus didn't last. They broke up 8 months after my divorce was finalized. Turns out, relationships built on lies don't survive when the lies are exposed. She moved to Cleveland, got a job at a smaller company, started over. I heard through mutual friends that she's doing okay. I hope she is. Not because I forgive her, but because I don't think about her anymore. She's a chapter in my life that's closed, and I'm writing new ones. If you've ever gotten a message that changed everything, if you've ever had to decide between confrontation and strategy, if you've ever sent flowers with a card that said more than words ever could, comment "I know" and hit subscribe, because sometimes the best revenge isn't loud. It's a dozen